Hi friends, welcome back. I am Miss L, and today we are going to be doing a lesson on reading and writing foundations. We are going to do a really fun art activity at the end, so make sure that you stay tuned throughout this entire lesson, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. That way we can take a look at our presentation and see what we will be doing today. So Reading and Writing Foundations by Miss Lizarraga. So our agenda includes our alphabet chant, our letter review practice, listen for the sound, high frequency word, and our read aloud. For today's materials, we will need paper, pencil, and crayons. So let's go ahead and do our ABCs, our first thing on our to-do list. So sing with me, okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Great job, boys and girls. I am giving you 2 thumbs up for singing that song so beautifully at home. Let's go ahead and see our next slide. So for today's letter, we have the letter H, and in sign language, we put both fingers like this. Our index finger and then our middle finger together, and this is the way we do the H in sign language. And here we have a picture of a horse. Yeah, we have a picture of a horse because horse begins with the letter H. So I am gonna do the chant, then I want you guys to join me, okay? So first listen how I do it, okay? So H says ha, H says ha. See the letter, hear the sound, H says ha. Okay? Now I want you guys to do it with me. H says ha. H says ha. See the letter, hear the sound, H says ha. One more time, boys and girls. H says ha. H says ha. See the letter, hear the sound, H says ha. Beautiful. And now our next square says 4 squares. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you guys because I'm going to explain real quick what we're going to do, okay? So what 4 square means is that we are going to think about 4 objects or 4 things that start with the letter H, okay? So I want you guys to grab your paper, pencil, marker, whatever you guys want to use. And we are going to do our 4 squares. So I want you guys to put your paper horizontally, not vertically, horizontally, okay? So I want you guys to draw a line down the middle, just like this, and another line across the middle. That way we have 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful, boys and girls. So I'm gonna grab my markers, and I hope that you guys have something to write with. So the first thing that I think about that starts with the letter H is a hose, like the ones that your family has to water your plants and trees. So I think of a hose when I think of the letter H. So I'm going to put water, that way we know that it's a hose. And what letter does hose start with? H. So hose, you spell it H-O-S-E, hose. I think you guys are a little too far back. I'm gonna scoot you guys closer. That way you guys can see. Beautiful. So what reminds you of the letter H? That's my first example. Maybe you thought of something else. For my second example, I'm gonna put the number 2 here. I think of hay. Do you know what hay is? Hay looks like this. And hay is what you feed cattle, horses. You find that at a ranch. And hay starts with the letter H. And you spell it H-A-Y, hay. The third example, and I might be going a little bit fast, but you guys are free to pause the video here. Feel free to pause the video if you guys need time to work on it. But I am going to continue giving you guys my examples. My third thing that I can think of is a hat. A hat. And there are many different types of hats. I am going to draw a brown hat. Just like this. And again, I am no artist, so you guys probably are doing better at home, but I'm trying my best. And hat. This is a hat. Hat starts with the letter H, and you spell it H-A-T. At home, you can ask someone to help you spell your objects that you think of that start with the letter H. So far I have hose, hay, hat, and what's a fourth thing that I can think of? Well, I think I'll try to draw a horse. Just like our picture, I'm gonna draw the face only though. I'm gonna really try, boys and girls. Again, I am no artist, but I am trying. And they have beautiful, this looks more like a dog, I think, but this is their hair, their long mane. I think that's how it looks. So this is my fourth example of something that starts with the letter H. Horse. And horse, you write H-O-R-S-E. Horse. So let's go over my examples. We have hose, starts with the letter H. Hay starts with the letter H. Hat starts with the letter H. Horse starts with the letter H. And what sound does the H make? Huh. It makes that's the sound, boys and girls. I am going to scoot you guys back. Okay, boys and girls, we're back, and we just did our 4 squares. Let's go back into our presentation and see where we are. So we did our sign language H. We reviewed our H sound, and then we did our 4 squares, okay? So now we're gonna practice writing the letter H. You guys feel free to pause the video here if you want a screenshot, or if you want to pause it so you guys can see the instructions. That's perfect. I am going to do it on the whiteboard and model for you guys. So for the capital H, we start at the top, pull down straight, lift to the top, pull down straight, lift to the middle, slide right, okay? So let's review it one more time before we actually do it. Start at the top, pull down straight, lift to the top, pull down straight, lift to the middle, slide right. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so you guys can see my whiteboard full screen. Again, if you guys wanna pause the video here in the, where the slide was, if you took a screenshot, whatever works for you, or if you wanna follow along with me, I am gonna show you first and then we are gonna do it together, okay? So here are my lines. So it says start at the top, slide down, lift to the top, slide down, lift to the middle, slide right. It's a little crooked because my lines are crooked, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and watch me again. Start at the top, slide down, lift to the top, slide down, lift to the middle, slide right. One more time before we practice together. Start at the top, pull down, start at the top, pull down, lift to the middle, slide right. Beautiful. Now you guys are going to do it with me and we're going to do three times. So start at the top, pull down straight, lift to the top, pull down straight, lift to the middle, slide right. Start at the top, pull down straight, lift to the top, pull down straight, lift to the middle, slide right. Start at the top, pull down straight, lift to the top, pull down straight, lift to the middle, slide right. Beautiful, boys and girls. Now let's go ahead and check our instructions for the lowercase h. So the lowercase h says, start at the top, pull down straight, push up, curve forward, and pull down straight. So again, start at the top, pull down straight, push up, curve forward, and pull down straight. You guys are free to stay on this screen if you want to pause the video or if you want to watch me do it on the whiteboard, whatever you guys prefer, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And I'm going to erase my capital H. And let's practice our lowercase h. It is really important that we practice our letters at home, even after we are done with our videos. That way we can learn how to write our letters. It is very, very, very important to learn how to write our letters. So we start at the top. I just want you guys to watch me right now. Start at the top, pull down straight, pull up, curve forward, pull down straight. Okay? Once again, start at the top, pull down straight, push up forward, curve, and pull down. Let's try that one more time. Start at the top, pull down, push up, forward, curve, and pull down. Okay, are you guys ready? So start at the top, push down, pull down straight, push up, curve forward, pull down. Start at the top, pull down straight, push up, curve, bring down. Start at the top, pull down straight, push up, curve, and pull down. Beautiful, boys and girls. You guys are going to become experts at writing letters in no time. Okay, let's go ahead and go back and let's see what's next. Okay, we are going to be listening to the sound. For the sound, what letter are we learning today? We are learning the letter H. So we are going to be listening for the sound that the letter H makes. And H makes a sound, okay? So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I want you guys to be good listeners. And whenever you hear the sound or the sound that the letter H makes, I want you to go like this, okay? Like if we were kind of smelling our breaths, okay? So this little piece of writing or reading that I'm gonna do has a lot of letter sounds that start with the letter H. So I need you guys to be good listeners, okay? So are you guys ready? How are we gonna do it, boys and girls, when we hear the sound H? Good job. So I'm going to do it first, the first sentence, and I want you guys to look and listen how I'm doing it, okay? So Henry had a hat. Okay, so Henry had a hat. Okay, are you guys ready? His hat was big and fat. Henry had a hen. His hen was in a pen. Henry had some hay. His hay blew away. Are you guys ready to do it again? One more time, okay? So Henry had a hat. His hat was big and fat. Henry had a hen. His hen was in a pen. Henry had some hay. His hay blew away. Good job, boys and girls. Great listening and great listening for the letter sound or for the sound in when we say the letter H, okay? So let's go to our presentation and we are going to do our high frequency word. So our high frequency word of this week is we. So whenever you hear the word we, we're gonna pat our head, okay? So just like this, I'm gonna do the first sentence. We munch the macaroni. We munch the macaroni, okay? So on the count of 3, we're gonna start. So whenever you hear the word we, what are we doing, boys and girls? We're tapping our head. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. We munch the macaroni. We munch the apple. We munch the lunch. We munch like mouse. Good job, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and do our read aloud. Guess what, friends? My friend Teddy is back, and he said that he's gonna sit here and he's gonna watch you guys while I read, because he wants to make sure that you guys are listening, that you guys are being good listeners. So I am going to read you guys the story of the 3 little pigs, and we are going to be able to look at the story and see who the main characters are, okay? Do you guys remember what main characters are? So main characters are the characters who the story's about. The characters, so here on our front cover of our book, we already see 3 characters, the pigs, the 3 little pigs. So the story might be about them. So let's go ahead and read so we can go ahead and see who's our main characters in this story, and at the end we're going to do a fun activity. So again, this is the front part of our book. This is the spine of our book, and this is the back of the book. I'm sorry for that. That was a tongue twister. This is the back of the book. So do we start like this, reading from the back of the book, or the front of the book? We start reading from the front of the book. That's good, boys and girls. So The 3 Little Pigs by James Marshall. The 3 Little Pigs were told and illustrated by James Marshall. So when we read, do I read from down here, or do I start on the first word on the page? The first word on the page, that's right. So let's go ahead and read. And Teddy is watching you guys, okay? So make sure that you guys make him proud and that you guys are being good listeners, okay? So once upon a time, an old sow sent her 3 little pigs out into the world to seek their fortune. Now be sure to write, she said, and remember that I love you. So I'm gonna be reading, like I'm gonna have the book like this, but then I'm gonna show you guys the illustrations, okay? It's just easier for me to see the words. The first little pig met a man with a load of straw. I know, said the little pig, I'll buy your straw and build a house. That's not a good idea, said the man. Mind your own business. Thank you, said the little pig, and he bought the straw and set about building a house. It took him no time at all. So here's the straw that he used to build his house, and here's Piggy, the first pig, and he's building his straw house. Very soon, a lean and hungry wolf happened by. Pig was just about his favorite food in the world. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in. To which the little pig replied, no, 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 not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. So the wolf wants to come in because he wants to eat the pig. But the pig says, no, no, no. This annoyed the wolf to no end, and he said, then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. Go right ahead, said the little pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in, and he gobbled the little pig. Oh no, boys and girls, what do you think is going to happen next? Let's see. The second little pig met a man with a load of sticks. I got it, said the little pig. I'll buy those sticks and build a house. I'd think twice about that, said the man. Oh, pooh, said the little pig. What would you know? And he bought the sticks and went to work building a house. Very pretty, he said. So here is the second little pig buying sticks because he's going to make his house out of sticks. So, boys and girls, who have we been reading about? Who has been in every single page since the book started? The pigs, right? So I think that this story is about the 3 little pigs. Let's continue reading and see if they are the main characters of the story. No sooner had the little pig settled into his pretty house than the wolf happened by. He was still hungry, and he said, little pig, let me come in. To which the little pig replied, no, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. So same thing, the wolf is still hungry, and the pig won't let him in. Oops. Okay. The wolf didn't care for that at all, and he said, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. Ha ha ha, said the little pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in, and he gobbled the little pig. Oh no, that's pig number 2. Let's see what happens. Now the third little pig met a man with a load of bricks. These bricks will make a fine sturdy house, said the man. Capital idea, my good fellow, said the little pig. So he bought the bricks and set about building a house. It took him quite a bit of time, but it was well worth it. Nice and solid, said the little pig. Nice and solid. So you see, these are the bricks that he bought to build his house, and he's building his house. It's taking him a while, not like the other pigs, but it's sturdy, which means it's gonna hold well, like with any situation. Like if there was rain, the rain wouldn't go into the bricks. But we'll see if the wolf comes back. But no sooner had the little pig moved in that he noticed the wolf loitering about. And the wolf, who was still hungry, said, little pig, let me come in." To which the little pig replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." Wow, would you look at that house? Do you remember how the other houses looked? They did not look this nice, right? This looks like a house that someone can live in. We can't live in a straw home or stick home because then that wouldn't be safe for us to be in there. But look, this has a roof and windows. So let's see what happens. Well, the wolf had heard that before, and he said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." "Oh, don't do that," said the little pig. But the wolf huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed until he was quite blue in the face. The house stood firm. "I'll try another approach," muttered the wolf, and he put on his most dazzling smile. "Little pig, I was only teasing," he said. "By the way, I hear tell that Farmer Jones has the most scrumptious turnips. Shall we go pick a few?" "Oh, I'm much too busy now," said the little pig. "What about tomorrow morning?" "Excellent," said the wolf. "I'll come for you at 6." So he wasn't able to destroy Pig's home, but we'll see what happens tomorrow at 6. The next morning, the little pig got up at 5, hurried off to Farmer Jones' turnip fields, picked a basket full of scrumptious turnips, and dashed back home. When the wolf arrived at 6, the turnips were already boiling in the pot. "Sorry I couldn't wait," said the little pig. The wolf tried not to show his displeasure. "No harm done," he said. "By the way, there is a lovely apple tree down in Merry Meadow. Shall we go help ourselves to a few apples?" "I must cook my turnips," said the little pig. Let's meet there tomorrow morning." "Splendid," said the wolf. "Shall we say at 5? So here is Pig with his turnips, and here is the wolf. He's a little upset because he thought that Pig was going to go with him. The next morning, the little pig was up at 4 and went off for the apples. It took longer than he'd expected to reach Merry Meadow, and while busy gathering apples in the highest tree, he saw the wolf approaching. "Do try one of these," he called down, throwing an apple as far as he could. When the wolf chased after the apple, the little pig shimmied down the tree and made it safely home. The next day, the wolf came again. Really, he was quite put out. "There's a fair today on Hog Hill," he said. "Would you care to go?" "Why don't we meet there?" said the little pig. "Would 3 o'clock suit you?" "Colossal," said the wolf. 3 it is, just to make sure he would be there at 2. So let's see if he meets Wolf at the fair. At 1 in the afternoon, the little pig went to the fair and had a fine time. So fine that he lost track of the hour. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he saw the wolf coming up the hill. Without a minute to spare, the little pig jumped inside an empty butter churn and rolled down the hill toward the wolf. Well, the wolf was so scared, he ran all the way home. This is Pig in here, and he's chasing him down the hill. That evening, the wolf went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he had been by a great round thing that came down the hill. "Frighten you, did I?" said the little pig. "The greatest round thing was a butter churn, and I was inside." This was simply too much for the wolf to stand. "I've been nice long enough," he cried. "I'm going to eat you up right now." And he climbed onto the roof. When the little pig saw this, he put a big iron pot in the fireplace and quickly stoked the fire. "Here I come," cried the wolf. "Dinner time." What do you think's going to happen, boys and girls? He's going down the chimney, and look at what Pig is setting. Let's see. "You can say that again," said the little pig, and he cooked the mean old wolf and gobbled him up. Wow. That was a great story. I don't know if you had ever heard the story of the three little pigs, but that was it. And again, the characters, who was in every single picture? The pigs, right? So they were the main characters. Now for our fun activity. Oh, wait a minute. Teddy just wants to say something before he leaves. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. He wants to give you a big clap because he's so happy that you guys listened throughout the entire story and that you guys were engaged, and that he is so happy that you guys filled his bucket and that he'll be back, okay? So he's gonna say bye-bye for now. Say bye, Teddy. Okay? So he's gonna go, and we're gonna go into our activity. So with that being said, take out your pieces of paper and we're gonna draw the house. So which house was the house that the wolf could not go in? Was it the straw house? Was it the hay house? Or was it the brick house? The brick house, right? So we are going to draw our own brick house. So you guys, it could be like the one in the story, or you guys can make your own brick house, whatever you guys want. I am going to draw my own because I don't think I can draw as good as the illustrator in our book. So I'm going to do a square house. And I'm going to put some bricks because bricks are like rectangular. So did you guys enjoy that story? Because I did really like that story. So just like this, they're turning into squares. The bricks are turning into squares. You might want to put windows. What are you guys including in your house? Make sure that you guys share with someone at home that story of the three little pigs and who the main characters were and how each pig built their house. But out of the three pigs, only one built a house sturdy enough for the wolf not to come in. Even if the wolf was trying to come in, trying to get him to go places so he could get to the pig was smart. He was smart. So again, I am no artist. I am sure that you guys can draw a better brick house than I am. But we're trying, which is what counts. I need to draw a roof. Oops. And feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Not, just go with the flow. Just go along with what I'm doing. And your house is probably looking different than mine. So Little Pig's house had a chimney. So I'm going to draw a chimney here. And that's how the wolf got into the house. Going to draw a little bit of smoke. This is the brick house. And I'm going to draw Piggy outside of the house. I don't know how to draw pigs. You guys do. Oh, their nose is round actually. They're like ovalish. That's my pig. Okay, so this is my quick drawing of the house, of the brick house. Yours might look different, probably better, I would say. But anyway, remember our characters from the story. It was the three little pigs. Those were our main characters. And because that's who the story was about. Our letter of the day was H, and what sound does the letter H make? Good job, boys and girls. And our high frequency word for the week is we. So let's just go really quick back into our presentation. Make sure that we did do all of our agenda. So did we sing our ABCs? We did. Did we practice our letters? We did. Did we listen for the sound? We did. It's when we were listening for the sound H. High frequency word? We did. And we did do our read aloud. I am so happy that you guys got to be here today in this fun lesson. If you want to continue working on your houses, you can maybe create all 3 houses and even get creative. Maybe you can make a straw house out of toothpicks, or if you have materials at home, you guys can get really creative and share that you guys got to read the story with the 3 little pigs. I will see you guys again very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.